right, folks. What's up? Happy Saturday. Change of plans. We're doing the game. I had my buddy call me yesterday, said his wife and kid got sick, so we canceled the weekend plans. We punted them for next weekend. So now we are here, doing the game. So we're gonna start this thing off in about 3 minutes. I gotta put a Duke shirt on. I'll be right back, and we'll get ready to go. All right, we're ready to go. What's up, everybody? Orlando, Chris, welcome in. Let's do it. Big game today. They're all big at this point, as we're only 2 weeks from March. We're what, three weeks from Selection Sunday? 4 weeks maybe. Got like 8 regular season games left to go. Got Carolina that's on the slide. They're losing 3 out of the last 5 games. And then they probably should have lost the game against Miami, and they probably should have lost the game against us, too. They could have been over their last 5. But anyway, we're sitting atop the ACC tied for first. And so we have a big sort of road trip here. Florida State, Miami, and then a rematch against Wake Forest, which we just played the other day. I think shrinking... yeah. What we learned was... we learned that text does not do well on the upper bar. So no more text on the upper bar for going forward. It doesn't quite, it's too small. But it was a good test. We gave it a try. I'm hoping that they cut away from this Texas A&M Alabama game, which is currently, Alabama's currently winning by 22. So yeah, interestingly enough, Carolina and Duke both play at the same time, today. So the game, like they're going, I think they're at Virginia Tech, and so we'll keep tabs on that game as well. The particular one to keep an eye on, what was I saying? Losing my train of thought here. I don't know. We'll come up with something. Oh, that's right. Proctor will not start today. Foster will start today. So it's going to be Foster, McCain, Filipowski, Mitchell, and Roach. 5. 5? Yes, 5. 5 and count. Oh, you didn't want the text. All right, well, I guess I messed it up then. It looked good. It actually looked really good on the... like when we first rendered it, but like when you shrink it, it has the it doesn't look as good when it's smaller. It looks great. It looks really good when it's big. Though, who has the commentary crew today? Is it Duke or Carolina? My guess is that it's Carolina. Let's see. Well, actually, no. I think it's us because. We are on Prime, like we're on the main channel. We're on the main ESPN channel. So now it's on ESPN News. Okay. Doesn't actually say. So now we have to go look up ESPN News. Oh, I know, buddy. ESPN News. There we go. Let's do this one. All right, here we go. Okay, come here, bud. Come here. Up. Up you go. There, that's it. Good boy. Good boy. Duke in the blue uniforms today. The pup is wide awake, just given the timing of this particular game. So we are Skylark. We're feeling good today. Honestly, I think our guys have been playing very well lately. It's been, Mark Mitchell has had 2 fantastic games, sort of back to back. We kind of flip through some of these box scores here. Put up 23 points in that win against Wake Forest, 17 points in that game against BC. Led Duke in both of those particular games. Interesting quarter zips here for the coaches with the what do you even call that? It's like the blue, like camo-y kind of like. Anyway, I actually like that version. That one looks cool. Orlando is not confident, hoping the Daytona weekend isn't washed out. Oh, let's see. I've got my winter Duke hat on today. Very windy. It's actually a decent here in Seattle. About low 50s today, which will be but quite nice. So we're going to roll this thing here as we get Filipowski to tip this up. One of the interesting things to keep an eye on, it's not that we've had slow starts particularly. It's that we've had very messy starts, and our first halves, especially in the last 2 games, have resulted in significant number of turnovers in each one. Against Boston College, we had about 7 turnovers. Against Wake, we had 8 turnovers in the first half. Florida State, number 1 in the ACC in forcing turnovers. And so they have quite a few steals, especially. And that's the first turnover there as Roach tries to get Mitchell. And that right on cue, as I was explaining. And it's a quick 4-0 as Watkins scores for Florida State. And so the turnover turned into instant point production. As we were mentioning, watch out, because we have not been good in the turnover department. And so, yeah. Keon, welcome in as well. Happy Saturday, everybody. Getting a slightly early game here. Is McCain going to go with the shot fake? And he will hit from 3. Jared McCain, 2 double-doubles in the last 2 games, has been exceptional. I think his trajectory is on a great path. I'm very excited for what McCain's got for us here. So Darren Green, as Florida State has hit 3 of 3 to get things started here. Hey, buddy. Yes, the game is over there. Game's over there. Go watch the game. Watch the game. Filipowski, alley-oop. Oh, no, it doesn't. That isn't offensive goaltending? Okay. The alley-oop is not dunked by Mitchell, so that's not a great start. And here, Florida State finally misses a shot, and Foster comes down with the rebound. You see a green dot on the screen. Green dots? Which screen? My screen? Green screen. And actually, so he's got a concussion. Okay, so there you go. Mitchell as gets 2. Okay, so Proctor has a concussion. Okay, that was from the Wake Forest game. Honestly, though, Proctor hasn't been playing that great, but we really needed a good game out of him today. Watkins hits 3, 9-5 for the Noles here in the early going. Careful, Foster, you're going to get a backcourt violation. Watkins averaging about 14.5 points per game, as it says there on the graphic, leading his team in all statistical categories: points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, and steals per game. But really, for Florida State, there's only 2 guys that average over 10 points among their starting 5. So, next to Cameron Corrin. There's a green dot. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, there is. I don't know what that is. Ah, maybe we fix that there. All right. Okay, you're being very heavy, bud. Oh, jeez. Pick up another foul here as Corrin, that's his first. Mitchell will go to the free throw line. It's actually the second foul in Florida State. I forgot who the first one was on. We'll fix that at the fix that at the break. Yeah, they were talking about how the last game that we played here in Tallahassee. We only play one game against Florida State this year, and typically it's just been like a one-stop shop here for the season, not like a home and home or home and away. But yeah, it was an overtime loss, and great sort of. Do we actually get this rebound? Yes, we will keep the rebound after the Mark Mitchell miss. Filipowski almost got it, but it was deflected out of bounds by Florida State. And so Duke resets the offense here with 20 on the shot clock as Foster brings it up. And Foster calling for the Filipowski to set the pick up top, but doesn't. And now Roach trying. Tough defense here by Florida State. Now McCain trying to make it happen. He's going to take the step back jump shot. Wow, silky smooth for Jared McCain as the shot clock was expiring. 8-9 here for the good guys. McCain, as we were saying, 2 double-doubles in the last 2 games. And then he was like 1 rebound away from a double-double in the game before that. Oh my goodness. Green nails that one. That's a 3-point rainbow. People were asking like how that's a turnover there by Filipowski, and that's an unforced turnover. They didn't even steal it. It was just a bad throw. So not only is Florida State the best team in stealing and forcing turnovers, but we just kind of gave them one there. And that's another turnover for points there as Cameron Corrin scores 2. And now we're down 6. I mean, at some point here within this three game like road stand, whether it's between Florida State, Miami, and Wake Forest, like, oh geez, Mitchell getting mugged and no foul call. Filipowski recovers, and it'll be out of bounds and stay with Duke. I don't expect us to go 3-0 here in this total road stint. It's kind of brutal to play like 3 state games on the road. But if you ask, I couldn't tell you which one we were going to lose. Like, I expect it's going to be. Like, ideally, we get out of this thing with, 2-1, where we just drop one of these games. But, I mean, I don't know. It could be this one. It could be the one against Miami. Or it could be the one against Wake Forest. Like, any one of the 3 is... are both winnable and also losable games. It's not like, we went to play Boston College, or one of the road games is Louisville or Notre Dame, although we had that road game earlier and we beat them anyway. So that one's, we got past that one. But these are tough road games, right? And you got Florida State that's 7-6. It's in the upper half of the ACC. Miami also kind of up there. Wake Forest obviously played us tough at home. I tried to understand what kind of beach shoes the AI wanted, and all I can think is the shoes the AI come up with are Yeezy inspired. So there's a story behind that. So the AI came up with a great image, which is the basis for that one, which is the basis for the thumbnail. But it got the feet wrong. It actually gave the Blue Devil 3 feet, and you're just that's clearly wrong. These humanoid kind of anthropomorphic mascots definitely do not have 3 feet, and so but you can't get the AI to just the AI will try to re-render it, but it completely changes the scene. It can't keep one portion of the scene. It just does the whole thing from scratch, and then you get things that you're just not as happy with. So I actually had to combine that with the stuff in Photoshop. So I had Photoshop draw new feet for me using its AI, and that's the best that it came up with, which is fine, I suppose. It works okay. So yeah, I had this one. This one is a bit of a merging of multiple different options. I did see the puppies in the snow. I've seen everything that has to do with Sora It is incredibly impressive. I am a huge fan of the of what's coming out of OpenAI. It is very, very cool. And it's like super exciting. They did not use this guy as training data though, although he would make great training data for cute puppies. Right? Right, buddy? Right? Get an AI to make you too? It will make ads on ESPN easy to make. Yeah, I mean, it makes 1 minute videos, so it certainly could make 30-second ones. Definitely bringing down the cost of ads. I was trying to think of a way of like if I could use it for the stream, but I don't know. I don't know if like the video one is like a. Obviously, the thumbnails is a great use case, but the video one isn't quite. I haven't come up with a good way to utilize the video. Step back 3 here for Roach. He hits that one as the shot clock was coming down as well. That's a big shot here for Jeremy Roach. 14-11 here as Florida State continues to stay ahead for the moment. And this is Green on McCain here over to Watkins. And Watkins going to dive into the lane. And he will finish easily there with the left hand. He's got 7 points already. He's got half the points for Florida State, which you would expect, actually. So and Mitchell being dared into taking a 3, but doesn't. Now Roach will take the 3, similar spot to last time, comes up just long, actually, on that one. And it ricochets down to Florida State, who now leads by 5 after the exchange of possessions here. Now Roach defending a bit of a mismatch there on Miller, and that shot's no good as Filipowski comes down with it. Feels like Florida State is shooting an incredibly high percentage. And Filipowski going to try to go into the lane and almost got the and one, but he will go to the free throw line for free throws, which is the roller coaster. Maybe we can do. Maybe we can use the AI to create a video of a nervous video for Filipowski free throws, kind of like the Kermit with when the Kermit is doing like this thing when he's like really nervous, except fully animated. Yeah. Yeah, we got puppy cam today because it's like wide awake time. It's like 11 o'clock on a Saturday. It's a good time for this pup to be awake. He hasn't quite gone to sleep yet. Filipowski makes the first of 2. Filipowski most games with 20 points and 10 rebounds. Oh my goodness, in the ACC. He's got 6. That was a reaction to the dog stepping on me in interesting areas, not actually anything that happened in the game, although Filipowski does hit both of them. There's this pattern with Duke when they're on a good win streak, then they play that one team. Yeah, and like it's like it just kind of happens that it's like Florida State and Miami both on the road. I suppose Virginia on the road would have been tough too. I got a foul off the ball for a hold here. It's going to be charged to Roach, I think. And Florida State will inbound here underneath the basket. Duke with an opportunity. Let's get a stop here. Let's get ourselves a stop here, boys. Yeah, it's in Skylark. It's not like it's that one team, but it's like that one like Florida State, right? It's like a 500 team, effectively. They're 13-11 on the season, 7-6 in the ACC. If they lose today, they're 7-7. That's a 500 team, right? And that's a turnover there by Florida State, forced by Filipowski. No, sorry, by Ryan Young. Actually, as Filipowski's getting a breather. Foster, travel. No, bailed out by a foul. All right. There you go. Here's the pup cam back. So it's always that like pesky middle of the road team that like Duke runs into. But to our credit, we actually have been able to close out games. I've been very impressed by our ability to close out and finish games in these last two, especially against Wake Forest. Oh, nice bounce pass by Roach to get out of the double team. And Ryan Young finds Jared McCain, who was wide open, and McCain hits it. He's got 8, and we're tied here in Tallahassee. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Saturday. I had previously mentioned that I would be away this weekend, but turns out there's a change of plans. It might end up being next weekend. That's a maybe. We'll see on Wednesday's game what our plans are for the weekend. In and out there as Bull Bowen misses the 3, and McCain is going to take 3 again in transition. Yes, McCain is in flow right now. He's got 11. He's already in double figures. 8-0 run for Duke in the last 2 minutes. Yo, Jared McCain is being the star, man. This dude he has like really come on strong here in the second half of the ACC season, and I am totally here for it. What a star. Watkins, there's the pass, and actually that's blocked from behind there by Mitchell. It didn't quite make it over the top of the rim as Mitchell comes out to Roach. Roach finds Young. Young is right inside, and that's off the backboard. That should be goaltending. What? What? No? No, it hits the backboard. It absolutely does. They blew the call again. Oh my. How? What? After the Wake Forest officiating fiascos, are you kidding? How many bad calls is an air ball? The ball knows. The ball knows. McCain for 3 is going to drill this one. Yes, he is! And he gets another one. He is absolutely on fire. He is 4 for 4 from the outside. Goodness gracious. Get out. It should be 24. Bull Bowen with the pull-up shot. Okay, that one goes down to stop the run. Four-point margin here for Duke as McCain is just lighting up Florida State. And now Roach to Filipowski. We're playing the two bigs. Filipowski traveled. That's another foul for him. And some extra curriculars underneath the basket here. Okay. We'll put this in the rewind theater here. I mean, even if you look at this at full speed, though. Hold on. I mean, look at this. Even if you look at it at full speed, it's clearly goaltending. It like clearly hits the back of the backboard. Where is the ref? There's a ref underneath the basket. What is this dude doing? He's literally looking at it. What? Really? We're gonna do this again? Oh my God. I like bring back the coach's challenge, man. Like, this is insane. The ref's literally watching the thing hit the backboard and nothing, and he doesn't do anything. Oh my goodness. Corin's got, let's just check up on the foul situation here. 1, Miller. Okay, and then on the Duke side of the ledger, Florida State, by the way, has played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys so far. Duke has played 7. 5, 7, yes. That is a strength of the Florida State team. It is very deep, and they play a lot of, they just rotate people in and out all the time. So, all right, welcome in, everybody. We've hit the under 12 timeout. Duke stretching a little bit of a lead here behind Jared McCain, who is 5 of 5 from the floor and 4 of 4 from beyond the arc, and has just been absolutely lighting up Florida State here. He's got 14 points in 8.5 minutes of game action, which is insane. A great start here for McCain and the Blue Devils. The turnover story, however, we talked about Florida State forcing the most number of turnovers. So far, they have forced 3 here from Duke. In the series, of course, the Duke has won 7 of the last 8 games against Florida State, although Florida State specifically has won 2 of the last 3 meetings in Tallahassee itself. The last one being an overtime win, 79-78, back in 2021. So now are we going to the replay here? Like, what's the... well, if we lose by 2 points, it was rigged. They stole it if we lose by 2. So Florida State to inbound here as we get back from the media timeout. Duke by 4, and Duke with Jalen Blakes in the game now, putting up 3/4 court pressure. About 1 second from drawing the 10-second violation, actually. That almost worked. I feel like if we had pressed up just a little bit more, we probably could have had that one. We'll see if we go back to that. And Duke in a bit of a zone at the moment, actually playing 2-3 zone, forcing Florida State, or 3-2? Anyway, in and out there is the three-pointer as Filipowski comes down with the rebound. And so Duke with a little bit of a defensive wrinkle here. And Filipowski to McCain. McCain going to try to go one-on-one here, gets it outside to Roach, and Roach now trying baseline. The jump step and the hop, and his shot is deflected, actually. And now here we go with Watkins, and Watkins gets fouled from behind as Roach picks up his second. Almost a 10-point lead for UNC. Oh, bummer. All right, we'll keep eyes on the Carolina game, too, against Virginia Tech. However, don't forget that UNC was up big on Miami, too, when they went to play at Miami. Miami ended up making a game of it. Although Virginia Tech this year not having a great season. If you recall, recall like when we went to Miami, should have been, it was it was an offensive foul, actually. Oh, okay. All right, so they changed that. And that might be 2 fouls on Watkins here. Yeah, when we went to Virginia Tech, like, the place was dead, man. Like, it was, the atmosphere was terrible. It was the worst atmosphere I've seen in Virginia Tech for a long time. I even remarked as much on Twitter, on X. Like, so it could just be that, like, yeah, UNC just kind of walks over that game. But, like, traditionally, I don't know. Maybe Virginia Tech only used to get up for Duke games, not for UNC ones. Sean Stewart in the game now for the Blue Devils. You got Blake, Stewart, Roach, McCain, and Filipowski. As Filipowski goes to go cross court, and no, that pass is intercepted as well. Another unforced turnover on that one, and the shot is real high off the glass, but it goes down as Primo Spears gets 2, and Florida State gets themselves really back in this thing, as they're now only down by 2, 22-20 here, as we've given up the 6-point lead. And just with turnovers here, Roach, the deck clears, and Roach will get the 2 right back. Interesting play there. Filipowski comes up, the lane opens, Roach goes off, rejects the screen, just takes his man off the dribble, gets right to the basket. The Raycom Sports days were when where Virginia Tech was bumping. That was like, ironically, remember, those were the Seth Greenberg days when, like, Virginia Tech was always considered like a bubble team, and then, like, was like on one side in and out of, like, the bubble, and then they, like, kept not getting into the bubble. But those were those were the days. Agreed. Roach looks like They need some hydration here. It's a little warm down in Florida, maybe. Oh, that's a steal there by Blake, so we steal one back, and Blake's is going to go coast to coast, and he's going to get the and one. What a nice little contribution here for Jalen Blakes. I think that was Green that picked up a foul. Blake's just a heads-up play here. Gets the deflection. Oh, it might be actually Primo Spears that gets the foul. And Blake's there with the free throw. Oh, that's a good one. Yes, he's got 3. So a little bit of unexpected contribution here from Jalen Blakes. There's always bonus points and you can get them. 27-20 as Duke has re-extended the lead here. A little 5-0 run. Filipowski. Oh, that looked like a chicken wing there by Miller, but who had his arm wrapped around Filipowski's hip. But I guess they let it play on as McCain... stolen from McCain. Another turnover. So we keep like building a 6 or 7 point lead, and then we like turn it over twice. And Florida State, no, it'll stay with Florida State actually as it's bounced out. We want Neil Begovic. I don't think it's Begovic time. Maybe if we were up by 20, it would be Begovic time, but that's not right now. We got an offensive foul actually on the rebounding action here by Baba Miller. That's his second. And if I have that correctly, that should be the 7th team foul. That's a 1-and-1. I think Caleb Foster will go to the free throw line here for the 1-and-1. As we are now in the bonus with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go. We have yet to see a game where we've effectively used like us being in the bonus as a way to extend a lead. Maybe today is it. And somehow we went to commercial break even though we haven't hit the under 8 timeout. So that's weird. Okay. Apparently we've... What? Somehow the game is still going? Mark Mitch... I'm very confused by, like, what the official stats are telling me, and, like... Anyway, they cut away from the game for I don't know what reason, but we made them both, and then Florida State missed a 3, and okay, now we're back to it, I guess. Weird. Foster looking for an opportunity here, driving. Now Filipowski out to Roach. And Filipowski now going to go left. And he's going to get it stripped again. Another turnover. We cannot get out of our own way here. My goodness, man. Florida State is keeping themselves in the game. And as we just hand them the ball. Turnover, Filipowski is a turnover machine, dude. And he has been all season. It's been consistently bad. It's a double hop, actually, by Foster. That's another turnover. So turnovers on back-to-back possessions here. And now we have the under 8 timeout. My goodness, man. What are we at? What are we up to 5 so far? 5 turnovers? 7. We're at 7. We're at 7 turnovers with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. Okay. And Filipowski has 4 of them. I'm telling you, dude. Literally killing us. Literally killing us. He has 4 turnovers and 0 points. Actually, he has 2 free throws. Never mind. Like... That's not a good plus minus over here, man. That is a very negative plus minus. As points off turnovers here actually in favor of the Noles. 8 for them, and Duke actually with 6 points off turnovers off of 3 Florida State turnovers. So interestingly, we've turned the ball over way, way more, but Florida State hasn't really been capitalizing off of them. We've capitalized on every Florida State turnover. Suppose lucky for us in that regard. Corin, let's see, 1. Josh. Okay, 1. The foul situation is hilarious because, like, Florida State just has so many guys that it just doesn't matter if they, like, foul out or anything. 7. They have so many fouls to spread around. When you're playing, like, 11 dudes, you get 55. Vera Drummond, welcome in. Yeah, 7 turnovers is crazy, but, like... It's like I said at the top of the show, it's incredibly consistent with how the last games that Duke has been playing. We had 7 turnovers in the first half against Boston College. We had 8 turnovers in the first half against Wake Forest. And then you end up ending the game with like 11. So you or 10 or 11. So you end up cleaning that up. I mean, Duke actually one of the best teams in the country in turning the ball over the least. Averages only about 9.5 turnovers per game. And yet, like, it's sort of crazy that like these first halves we're just like end up handing the ball over, and then in the second half you end up actually being able to extend leads because you don't turn the ball over. It's like, this isn't rocket science, people. This is just like how the game works, right? You're just like giving the other team extra possessions that you're not capitalizing on. The stat was very clear. Florida State, number 1 in the ACC, 27th in the NCAA, with 15 turnovers forced per game. All right? And is second in the conference and 17th nationally with 9.3 steals. So two-thirds of the turnovers end up being forced. And then the other ones are just sort of unforced. I don't know, today it feels like most of them have been unforced. We've just been sort of passing it to Florida State. All right, buddy. All right, there you go. All right. Anyway, so off the Foster turnover, we pick up the game. Duke by 5, 7:24 left here in this first half. I mean, the amount of times they turned the ball over feels like we've been playing a full game. Not quite there yet. And the turnaround jump shot is Chandler Jackson, and he gets that one to go. And now it's a 3-point game. So what was 7 is now 3. Remember before, what was 6 became 2. Why? Because we turned the ball over 2 straight possessions. Same thing happens here. It's now happened to us twice. Duke unable to, like I said, get out of its own way and extend the possessions. And Roach is almost going to turn, like, I don't understand what Roach is doing there. McCain, it goes for McCain! He still can't miss! Oh my goodness, he was 3 feet beyond the 3-point line. And he drills it anyway. Halfway down, comes out, and then drops back in. The kind rim as Duke extends back out to 6. Let's see if we can get a stop and a score here and make it 8. Bowen, looking for an option here. Gives it to Corin. And Corin in and out, so there's the stop that we needed. Can we get the bucket on the offensive end? Also, that score of the Virginia game, Jesus, 49-47. The Wake Forest, my goodness. And McCain is going to shoot again. He's really feeling it! Incredible! What? He is 6 of 6! He has 20 points in 14 minutes of game time! Excuse me! Holy... What? I mean, this dude is like Steph Curry right now. Incredible. Duke brings the double team over and Florida State has to swing it out. Duke by 9 at the moment. Spears with the fall away jump shot. That actually connects really tough there. McCain is now playing point guard. Just run the offense through him, man. Ryan Young sets the screen. No, McCain gonna try to drive here. McCain with the left hand. Oh my, with the right hand rather. High off the glass. He still can't miss. Oh my, like, what? All right, Duke by 9. Need to stop and a score here. Stop and a score to put ourselves up by 10. Oh no, it's actually going to be a timeout, Florida State. Yo, this is crazy. What are we witnessing here today, man? 22 points. I will be forever a Jared McCain apologizer. What are you apologizing for? Were you a non-believer at the start? And now you have converted? It's okay, folks. We're all on the same team here. This is, whew. To be fair, McCain had a very hot start to the season. Let's go back in these box scores. As we do all the games, we have all the box scores. Let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back to the very beginning. The game against Dartmouth here. The game against Dartmouth, he had 8 points. Arizona, he had 9. I mean, respectable for a freshman starting out, right? Then he got blanked against Michigan State. Nothing. Blanked. Bucknell, we started to see something. 17 from McCain. 8, a little inconsistent here. 10 from Southern Indiana. Then he played Arkansas. He only had 5. So, it was like 6 against Georgia Tech. We lost that game. And then 21 against Charlotte. And then things really start rolling. And now, like, in this part of the ACC slate, oh my God, we just got an and 1 here on a 3? No, it's an and 1. Jalen Jackson. Chandler Jackson. I always believed there were some games that he didn't do so good and people were doubting him. I mean, yeah, we had just kind of like ran through some of that. I think, I mean, it's a great trajectory as a freshman, right? He started out a couple of the games not as great, but now at this point in the season, it's like you're not really a freshman anymore, right? Like at some point, the freshmen have to grow up, right? McCain with this, oh my God, if he hits this one, oh, okay, he finally missed it. Wow, he finally missed it. After the shot fake and he took a step to the left and threw up the 3. That one didn't go for him. But like at some point, the freshmen have to grow up. And like McCain has shown a lot of maturity here. And now F. Foster is going to come down with this rebound. Duke in transition, hands it off to McCain. McCain, oh, with the little fancy moves there. Not quite. And we're going to have to reset some offense here as Duke ahead by 6 after the and 1 by Florida State. Roach putting it on the deck. Roach, really tough shot, actually gets deflected. Florida State well defended well on that possession. And Spears around McCain, and Spears is going to connect there. That's 5 quick ones here for Florida State as we've brought the lead down to 4. Timeout for the Duke. Damn. This is the other problem, the other consistent theme that we've seen with Duke this season is that you get up by 7, 8, 9 points, and you can't take that extra step to put the team to like really put your foot on the gas and put a team down. And so now we've had a couple opportunities here within this game to go up double figures, and we just let Florida State back into it. Which is really unfortunate. The biggest area of growth, I think, for Duke is really just to become that aggressive team that has the killer instinct, because that piece we haven't seen. We've sort of seen it in the last 2 games towards the end of the game. But I do remember, like, at times when you would watch Duke teams, they would play a half and then the second half is the exhibition. Because they get a team down, 15 points going into the halftime locker room. And, I mean, the game's just basically over at that point, even if the other team plays you even in the second half. So I think this is going to double as the media timeout, I would think. Yeah, media timeout. So it's a 30-second Duke timeout plus the media timeout. Interestingly enough, we talked about how we were in the bonus at the 8.5 minute mark of the first half. We've only shot 2 free throws out of that. There's only been 1 foul since then by Florida State. And so again, Duke not being aggressive enough to take advantage of the foul situation. But that is the frustration we've been having all season. Oh boy. So the shooting numbers look completely out of whack at the moment because of Jared McCain. I mean, Duke is shooting 63% from the floor. Actually, Florida State having a fantastic shooting night too. They're shooting 60% from the floor. The big difference, of course, is that Duke is 7 of 9 from beyond the arc, 77% from 3. Florida State only 2 of 6. That's a 33%. But both teams shooting over 60% at the moment. So a very decent clip there. It really is a bit of a turnover story. Again, we saw this in the game against Wake, where Wake had taken so many more shots than Duke. Florida State right now 15 of 25, Duke only 12 of 19. So Florida State +6 in the shots taken department. I mean, if Duke had 6 more shots at 60%, that's at least 3 more made baskets, right? So add 6 to the current score, you're up 10. Like, that's the difference that makes, right? That the turnovers make. And Phil Plasky has also been blanked from the floor, as the only points he has come from the free throw line. Florida State, really tough defense here, and Roach has 4 seconds to make it happen. A little bit of crossover dribble action here. Really tough shot. Almost goes, actually, as he just had to put it up on the rim. So out of the Duke timeout, nothing out of the Duke timeout there. That's incredibly frustrating, considering you had 3 minutes to figure out what your play was, and you couldn't figure out how to make it work. And so Florida State almost turns it over as Duke is extending, well, as close to the half-court line here. 7 seconds on the shot clock there. The pump fake, nothing going. Is Duke going to come out with a rebound? Mitchell? Oh my goodness. They're going to give Florida State another shot at it. So we could not corral the rebound, and Florida State's going to get another crack at it. I love the announcers. For a period of 5 or 6 minutes, it looked like Duke was going to get a big lead. No, we've never been able to do that. The other team just comes right back. Spears here. Spears with a jump shot. That's no good, and that should be off Florida State. Yeah. It's off of Bowen there for Florida State, and Duke retains possession. 2:48 left in the first. Duke by 4. Come on, boys. We got to put something together here in the last couple minutes. Mitchell coming up high here for Foster. Foster still looking for options, and he's going to try to take it himself, and he will, actually. He absorbs the contact and finishes anyway as Foster puts Duke up 6. That was a little bit of toughness there, and he gets himself into the score sheet here. Those are the first 2 points for Caleb Foster, as this is Jackson to Bowen. Spears now with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Real good defense here from Duke as Jalen Blakes is playing, and this three-pointer, no good, and again, knocked out by Florida State. And so Duke with 2 consecutive possessions of holding Florida State scoreless here. Here's the opportunity, right? We're up 6. Let's go up 8. Come on. Make it happen, guys. Make it happen. Make it happen. McCain calling Filipowski up high. This is McCain. With the spin around. Oh, the dump off between the legs. I don't even know if that was intentional. Oh my goodness. We are going to go back and replay that one. That's a highlight at the 140 mark. Filipowski scores that one. Give McCain the assist. The three-pointer no good. And Filipowski doesn't even bother to get the rebound. Actually, Florida State comes down with it. No, Florida State should have been out of bounds. What? How are they still have this ball? That's because we didn't have any effort here. That one, Bowen there with the rebound. Okay, Florida State will have a third crack at it. Wow. Spears, now they're going to draw a foul. Here is Blake's. I agree with John here. Like that, Florida State was out of bounds. What? Spears will go to the free throw line here. I don't know. There's a lot of action down near the basket, but like... We should have been able to make this a 10-point lead at half. But because apparently the refs don't understand what goaltending is and don't know how to call a proper out of bounds, it's not going that way. And the second free throw misses. Duke could go for a 2-for-1 here if we go quick. 50 seconds left here in this first half. Let's see what we do. As Roach has it, and Roach to Filipowski. Filipowski over to Foster. Foster is going to take the shot himself. No, that comes up short, unfortunately. And we will not quite get the 2-for-1. There's only about a 5-second game clock, shot clock differential, although if Florida State takes this with 10 seconds left, we might have another shot at it, assuming they miss. So 7 is the margin right now, as Florida State has missed its last 3. 8 seconds here is Spears. Spears tries to go right, get it, and Duke will steal it, actually. Duke with an opportunity to go up ahead. And I don't know what happened, as my YouTube TV really messed that up. Okay. And actually, it turns out to be another McCain three-pointer. Okay, that's how the half ends. Jared McCain again. That was really poorly timed reset on my YouTube TV. Okay. As I don't know what it was doing, but okay. So yes. All right. So let's go back like 30 seconds. Okay. All right, so this is how the half ends here. So there's the steal, and then McCain up ahead. So there's the pass. McCain is like, nope, I think I'm going to step back and take this from 3. And yes, okay. This is crazy. There's the 10-point margin that we wanted going into halftime. And we've hit the halftime. Duke by 10. Incredible. Off of 25 points from Jared McCain. I can't remember, like, going back to, like, the Zion days to put up, like, 25 points. Like, has a Duke freshman put up 25 points and a half? Like, what? He has 25. He doesn't have just 23, Scarlett. He has 25. So now, okay, so they're going through the highlights of the other ACC teams here. What the heck is wrong with this Virginia Wake Forest highlight? It looks like the camera is like completely blurry. Jeez. Okay, Hildreth definitely traveled on that final possession, but... So Virginia has held Miami to 37, 39 points. Now they hold Wake Forest to 47. But Wake Forest, by the way, the #1 offense in the ACC at 80 points per game, which we just ended up beating the other day. Like, wow, that Virginia defense, man. Crazy. I want to hear what Jay Will has to say here. Okay, finally Jay Williams is giving our boys some praise. He was ready to go to war the other day at the halftime against Wake Forest. He was not happy. But we're looking really good this afternoon here on this lovely Saturday. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. So far, the game is going our way. Led here by Jared McCain with 25 points, 7 of 8 from beyond the arc. He has missed just one shot. What's the most we've been up this season at halftime? Oh God, I mean, you'd have to go back to like one of the early games. Against like one of the scrub teams, we've definitely been up more. I like against an ACC team, this 10 points feels pretty good. Skylark with a lacrosse game today, winning set 9-7. Skylark, the multi-sport athlete here, I believe they also play basketball. So you gotta love that. Nice, congratulations on your win there with the 9-7. All right, let's look at let's take a stats check here as we have gone into the halftime. One of the interesting pieces of this, Duke only fouled 4 times there in that first half. We got one on Ryan Young. I've missed a few of them. And Blake's Sean Stewart. Okay, so it's only 4. Florida State had 7. We'll clear those out, get ready for the second. So that's the second. There we go. Yeah, so there's the headline. McCain, 25, 7 of 10 overall, 7 of 8 from beyond the arc. Hasn't actually even taken a free throw. Only 1 rebound, though. The last 2 games, he's had 10 rebounds. Florida State here, as you can see, scoreless in the last 4 minutes and 3 seconds. One of their last 7. After Florida State actually brought the game down to within just 2 points, Duke has re-extended that lead. At the 4-minute timeout, Florida State was shooting at around 63%. Duke was at 68. So between the 4-minute mark and the halftime, Florida State missed 5 more shots. They were 15 of 25. They ended up now going 15 of 30 overall for that particular half. This 3-point percentage, 80%, is just insane. I mean, we should just quit now. Like, just don't take any more threes. Let the 3-point percentage stay at 80% for the game. 8 of 10. I doubt that's gonna go that way, but and anyway, it's impressive. Actually, Filipowski hasn't even taken any threes. We know Chat has a lot of opinions on the number of Filipowski threes that should be taken. I think we've settled that we allow him 3 3-point attempts per game, and that's it. And he hasn't actually used any of them in the first half, so maybe he'll get a little bolder in the second. I did want to go back, however, to a minute from the first half here where I couldn't tell if the play was intentional. The pass from McCain to Filipowski to put us up here 41-33. I couldn't tell if this was an intentional pass or if McCain had just lost it and Filipowski sort of came up with it. So let's take another look and see if we can figure out what ends up happening. So does he actually... Okay, he does kind of he does actually pass it. He passes it between 2 Seminoles, which is very impressive there. I mean, the dude is just in a zone right now. Either that or he loves playing in Florida, one of the two. So I guess if he has a duplicate game against Miami, it'll be maybe a Florida thing. The other thing you saw, however, in the last 4 minutes of that first half is that Duke did not turn the ball over at all. We had 7 turnovers in the first half, and I'd have to kind of go back. Yeah, there, Vera Drummond had said in chat like that 7 turnovers was crazy, although I don't actually know what the timestamp of that particular message was. But since that point, we didn't turn the ball over at all. And so all of a sudden you start sort of extending a lead. Crazy how that happens. Let's see where Duke is. We are, okay, so yes, the top 16 teams. Apparently we are a 3 seed. We're a 3 seed. Duke is 12. Where's Carolina? Carolina's a 2. Out in Arizona's bracket. Okay, so let's discuss this here. What do we think about this, folks? What do we think about this? Hold on. I'm just gonna screen cap that one. We'll let this continue to play. All right, what do we think about this, folks? I mean, you got Duke down here. Oh God, that is... Never mind. Control Z? No? Apparently I can't use the mouse correctly. There we go. That's us. That's us over there. Okay. There's Carolina over here, who's probably too high seeded. So we're in the West bracket. With Kansas. Oh, Jesus. I'm not really worried about this one. Somehow they forgot the parentheses on Illinois, so I'll fix that for them there. There you go. Fix the graphic. San Diego. Let's see. Baylor. There's a 3 seed Baylor. We beat them. We'll put an X next to that. So they've fallen to us. We're going to beat Carolina. Tennessee, that's an interesting one. That's a team that knocked us out of the tournament last year, right? As in the Sweet 16. Houston, Alabama, no Arkansas here that we lost to. Arizona, question mark. We almost beat them earlier this season. They got us by only 5. That was a close game. I feel like Kansas is all the way at number 8 here. Marquette is an interesting one. UConn, of course, the defending championship. Iowa State, that's a surprise. I haven't been following the Big Ten very closely. These two, Iowa State, Wisconsin, Illinois. These are all Big Ten schools here. Interesting. Where is the, if we are in the West, where is the, so NCAA tournament, I can't spell, 2024 sites. The regional semifinals will take place in Boston, Dallas, Detroit, and Los Angeles. Okay, so the West is in LA. I see. All right, so the West goes to LA. The South goes to Dallas. So Houston would play in Dallas. Okay, all right, that makes sense. Purdue would play in Detroit. That's pretty close. And then UConn would play in Boston, which is not, yeah, okay. So that actually plays out, regionally actually kind of plays out quite well. Duke down in LA, I mean, the last time we were in the West in the NCAA tournament, We made the Final Four. We won the West. We played it out of San Francisco and won that region. So, yeah, before that, the West had not been very kind to us. But I suppose recent history would say that we're probably okay out there. So, but we'll see how things shake out. I mean, there's still a lot of churn to happen here in the next couple of weeks. We're gonna have a rematch against Carolina, at least one rematch against Carolina. We might beat them again in the ACC tournament there on DC as well. Ohio State coach got his contract canceled. Wow, that's crazy. I guess it goes to the assistant coach. There we have UNC fans in the chat saying that UNC should be up there as the 1 seed by the time they hit March. I don't know. By all accounts, UNC should be on a 5-game losing streak. Where is let's see. Let's keep an eye on the UNC game. Actually, they are at the halftime here. 39-50. Oh, they're at home. They're not actually in Blacksburg. Okay, I thought they were on the road today. That's not true. Yeah, Carolina's going to win this easy. Let's see. Couture, 1 of 4. Padula, 2 of 7. MJ Collins. All right, this is lame. This is lame all around by Virginia Tech. But if it was Duke, Couture would be like, 5 of 6 from three-point land and whatever. Ingram's got 11 points. He's missed. Oh, look at that. He's missed his only 2 3-pointers. Who would have thought? But, of course, if Duke shows up, he hits 5 of them. RJ Davis is 3 of 7. I mean, that's not great. Actually, Baycott only has 6 points. How does Carolina have 50? What? I guess just very even contributions around. Cormac Ryan with 8. Wow. Oh, pace for 100. That's 12, that's 20, 30, 41, 50, yeah. Wow, Virginia Tech giving up 50 points in the first half. Carson Denny, what's up, man? Hey, might be a new face in chat. Welcome in, by the way. I don't know if we've seen you around. By the way, if you are new here, I appreciate everybody hanging around. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe. At the start of the stream, we were at 899, so we were 1 away from the nice 900 mark on the sub count. Very, very awesome. Thank you. I definitely appreciate everybody hanging out here on this Saturday and all the loyal regulars. Definitely appreciate it. We're edging closer to the 1,000 mark, which will be really nice. I'm hoping to put some Duke emotes make them available in chat. We get a little Blue Devil, get the Duke D logo, maybe a 3-point splash emote or something. I got plenty of ideas. We just got to get to the 1K. All right, we are getting ready to roll here for the second. So. Just what sort of last quick thoughts on where we are, at least statistically. I mean, look, Filipowski has 4 points. Mitchell has 3 points. We know Mitchell struggles on the road, but he's been, by the eye test, been playing pretty well. Duke 29-3, 29-2 when Mitchell scores over 10 points. Over 10 points in the game, and actually, interestingly enough, Duke is 8-0 when Mitchell leads the team in scoring. That's not going to be today, but Kane's going to lead this team in scoring today for sure. But this is still to keep an eye on. I mean, it's literally all Jared McCain, and then we'll see who steps up here in the second half. I don't think McCain is going for 50. I mean, maybe he's going for 50. I don't think he's going for 50. But it'd be great to see Filipowski up there as well. So let's roll it here as we get back into the action. And here we go. So Filipowski, let's see what Shire draws up as far as the first play here. Who's it going to go to? Who are we going to try to get into this game with a little bit more? We get it to Mitchell. He's going to put the ball on the deck, and Mitchell is going to try to go with the left hand, and he comes up short, actually. I've got the Duke D sticker on my D key on the laptop. It makes work more palatable. Nice. Love it. It's a long three-pointer, and that actually goes to, that's Darian Green for three as FSU opens up here 3-0. And there's the little pick and roll action. Foster to Filipowski, and Filipowski with a little spin move down low. He connects there. And we get the two points back. McCain was the only one who played well versus UNC. Was it? Was it really? Against UNC? So McCain had 23, Roach had 20, and Filipowski had 22. We had a couple there. No. Oh, that's... What? Charge. Come on. Blocking foul assessed to Roach. Be the second there. Wait a second. Is this another goaltend? Oh, okay. That one was actually blocked clean. That should have been easy 2 points, though. Filipowski had a beautiful pocket pass to Foster. Foster should just stop and hesitate. Let the defender go flying there for the block. Or he's got to go hard. He's got to go hard and try to dunk it. Proctor did, I think, have 0 points last game. We can check. Yes, he had nothing. But it turns out he had a concussion from the game, so I'm pretty sure he ended up playing. So either he I don't really fault him that much for it, but he's actually kind of struggled the last couple games. Florida State goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line on that particular trip, and the Duke margin is 7 at the moment, and Roach has to get this over the timeline, and he does. So Mitchell to Foster. Foster having a decent game. Oh, except for that that deflection was almost stolen, actually. The pass was telegraphed and not strong enough. 18:30 here to go in the second. McCain has yet to touch the ball in the second half. He will touch it here as he is the inbounder and gets it to Filipowski. Now we have a kicked ball. We'll re-inbound, actually. Got to reset the shot clock to 20. And should be able to get it into Roach pretty easily. He does. And Roach asking for a high screen by Flip. And let's see. They'll play the pick and roll. Oh, okay. The pass was tipped. I was like, Roach is not going to make that a pass that just gets thrown away. But Duke's struggling on this particular possession here. 9 seconds on the shot clock and not a lot of offense going. We're going to get something going downhill to the rim. Here's Foster. Steps outside, gets it to Roach. Roach has to put up a shot, and he will hit it as the shot clock goes down. Roach, man, ice cold at the end of the shot clock. Lethal here as Duke leads by 9. That was great defense by Florida State. Even just better offense here by Jeremy Roach specifically. I mean, that possession looked pretty dead. Let's see if we can get the defensive stop. And this here is Green. To see Watkins back in the game, who went to the bench early with 2 fouls. That bit of a crazy... no box out, actually, as Corin gets the tip in, and he's got 6. No box out, man. No box out on the rebounding. And Duke going back to its high pick and roll game. Foster, spin move, turn around. Whoa, way with a rainbow. Caleb Foster. I mean, we're just making tough shots right now. It is not easy. The shots are going down, but man, it is not easy. Oh, here's Watkins. And we've got some action down low. Actually, it'll be an offensive foul as McCain hits the deck. But it'll be Worley who gets charged with it. McCain comes up okay. Oh, jeez. No, sorry, it's not Worley. It's Baba Miller. That'll be the 3rd on him. And so that constitutes a turnover here by Florida State. And Mitchell will inbound here to Foster. Florida State backs off. Come on, guys. This is it. Right here. We're up by 9. I'm going to jinx it, man, but we're up by 9. This is the opportunity to go up by double digits. Make it a good one here. Get it to Mitchell at the top. There you go. Mitchell now going one-on-one. Should be able to beat his man. The jump stop and the foul. There you go. Come on. There we go. Scoreboard check for UNC the next time out. Yes, we will definitely do that. UNC was up by 11 when we checked it last, actually. So... we've got Mitchell at the free throw line now. Looks like Florida State is, they definitely do not want to let McCain get anything going. That foul was on Baba Miller too, so that is his 4th as Mitchell shanks the first one. 2 of 3 at the free throw line. And he misses the second one, too. Does Filipowski come down with the rebound? He doesn't, but Foster will as the ball rolls over to half court. So Duke with another offensive foul. Real easy call there. Offensive foul against Jeremy Roach. He extends the right forearm to get separation, and then he ends up drilling the shot. But yeah, it just... way too obvious. And so the lead stays at 9 despite 2 cracks at the basket on that possession. Watkins with the assist. Oh, over the top. Corin scores that one, and Florida State's got... he's got 8. Florida State's got the lead down to 7. All right, so he said, look, we had the opportunity to go up by 11. We squandered two cracks at the basket. Foster gets blocked, actually. Good aggression by Foster, though. And that'll actually be the under 16 media timeout, so we'll take a moment here as we check the score in the Carolina-Virginia Tech game. And it's probably gotten worse for Virginia Tech, if you ask me, and it has. It's 55-41 right now in favor of the Tar Heels, as they've extended a 14-point lead at home. Well, it was 11 at halftime. Duke, on the other hand, made a 10-point margin 7 due to not being able to convert. Interestingly, also, interesting game happening out in the, is it the Big East, I guess? The UConn's conference there. Number 1 UConn against number 4 Marquette. Marquette right now playing 10-8. As that one is a game at UConn. That'll be an interesting game to keep an eye on once we're done here. Let's see. So the only thing of note was really Baba Miller getting 2 fouls in that first opening sequence. And so that brought his foul total up to 4. He'll probably be on the bench the remainder of the game. So that's one of the bigs for Florida State out of action for a little while. Roach actually has only 2 personal fouls. So who's got the other one? Mitchell's got... oh, Mark Mitchell has that one. Okay. All right, I thought Jeremy Roach had 3. He does not. It's just the offensive foul was only his 2nd. At least Duke hasn't, well, we have 1 turnover here in that, never mind, I spoke too soon. We have 1 turnover here in that first 4-minute segment. Rebounding is sort of an interesting category here, statistically. You know, Duke plus 3 in the rebounding category, but like on aggregate, there haven't been really that many rebounds. 17-14. It's like neither team has, you know, even cracked 20 rebounds, and there's nobody within whisper of double-figure rebounding. Like the most rebounds that any one player has is 4. Corin has 4 on Florida State. Filipowski has 4 on the Duke side. And then McCain only has 1 after putting up double-figure rebounding the last 2 games. Although Duke with the fast break points, they had 16-8. And Florida State still has the edge with the points off turnovers, 12-9. Whew, all right. Daytona is being drenched. Uh-oh. The rain in Florida. Yeah, I guess NASCAR doesn't race in the rain, huh? F1 races in the rain, but NASCAR does not. Fair amount of Duke fans in the crowd, actually, interestingly enough. All right, Duke to inbound here. And Foster will do the honors from the baseline. And Roach gets it outside to Foster. Foster going to take 3 from the Duke bench. Not quite huge one-handed rebound there for Mitchell as he gets it stripped, actually. It is stripped from behind. And Florida State out of bounds. Out of bounds off the foot, yeah. Out of bounds off Darren Green's foot. Duke fans are everywhere. Of course, but like, still. All right, so Duke dodges a bullet there. Now this is the first time that McCain has touched the ball in 4 minutes here of second half action. McCain, is he going to go one-on-one? He is. Gets it outside to Roach. And now Roach around. Roach with a tough 2. No good there. Filipowski actually keep it here as it'll be out of bounds on Florida State. Oh, it has, okay, the road courses are in the rain. I got you, okay. All right, Foster again looking to inbound underneath the basket. Has to get it way outside and does so to Filipowski. You got 20 seconds on the shot clock. Now the ball to McCain. McCain so far hasn't scored yet. Looking for an opportunity there. Oh, almost had the and one, but he will go to the free throw line instead. And so McCain will go to the free throw line. McCain, one of our best free throw shooters here for 2. Oh, my God. Oh, God. I totally jinxed it. Oh, okay. He makes 1, so there's 26 points for McCain. Daytona racing on Monday would be funny. Yeah, because, well, they race Saturday typically, right? So, no, Sunday, sorry. They race Sunday. So, swing pass by Florida State outside. There, that's to Worley. Worley, actually, there's a rebound by McCain. Weak side board here. He's got 2 as he's trying to go down, and Bowen is keeping an arm off him. Roach stepped out of bounds? What? Really? Roach, man, it looked like he was 3 feet inside. It looked like he was inside the 3-point line. What? What? What is that? Okay, that was weird. Carson Denny with a let's go Duke. I love it. He's going with the let's go Duke. And there's a steal by McCain, who is all over the place. Intercepted the pass that was going to go into the paint. Probably saved a bucket too. McCain, actually, he gets it blocked. Sean Stewart comes down with it. Really tough there. And Foster, is Duke going to keep it? Duke will keep it after a bit of hot potato. Oh my goodness. As Duke is just kind of hanging on to an 8-point lead here. Neither team really scoring much since this last under-16 media timeout. Filipowski asking for the ball here down low. And he will turn. He actually gets blocked from behind, actually. So as Florida State brought the double team. Wow. Woo! Clean block there from behind. That was 33. That was Gainey. And Duke to inbound again. Really tough right now to get any offense going. Duke's got 4 seconds on the shot clock. Filipowski's got 2. 1 turnaround jump shot short. And it's a shot clock violation. Oy. Too difficult, man. Too difficult. Both teams in a bit of a scoring drought. And there's a steal, actually, as Florida State turns it over. Up ahead to Filipowski, who will dunk it. Easy. Finally. Whew! Off this Florida State turnover there. Filipowski converts. He's got 8. Phew! Wow. I feel exhausted just being like, oh, God. Like the tension of, like, one team breaking through the stalemate at the moment. Like, it's too much. Because you know if Florida State was the first one to break through the stalemate, like they might actually get something trying to go here, and Florida State can't convert. They can't get the second. They can't get the putback to go either. Now up ahead, McCain is going to go for 3. Is he going to go? In and out. Just missed it. That was going to be a huge one in transition. And we got a foul on the floor there. And Filipowski with his first foul. He can be aggressive there. It's good to stop the ball, actually. I don't mind that foul at all. Sean Stewart there with the steal on Bowen is great. Great presence of mind there. Nicely done by Roach, actually, to get the assist. In the first half, the announcer was saying that the crowds make fun of McCain because of his fingernails, and he's thriving on the hate. He used to switch up the colors or get angry again. Oh, man. I was wondering why McCain went off. I mean, as an air ball, actually, by Florida State's Watkins, who only has 7, usually averages 14.5 per game, and Florida State still dry here, but Duke can't hit on the offensive end either, and so, like, what it feels like it should be a 15-point lead right now, and it's only 10. Foster with a tricky crossover, now putting the ball on the deck, gets it outside McCain. McCain for 3. No, that was never going to work. That shot didn't really look good, but the offensive board, Sean Stewart there, and now we're going to reset this thing. And Blake's there. Blake's given to Filipowski. Filipowski gets it stolen, actually, and now this is going to be going the other way. Oh. Wow, that is so stupid. This is just a free giveaway. And it's going to be a 3-point, like, again, we cannot get out of our own way. You have a 10-point lead that should be 15. And we just cannot get out of our own way. We turn the ball over instead. And you turn it over in the open court where there's no one behind, there's no guard, like there's no guards there, like, to get back on defense here. It's in and out on the free throw, thankfully, but, like, still, you just, no killer instinct here. Sure, Florida State is making it hard on us, okay, but, like, oh, and they poke it out from McCain, and it's another turnover. Timeout, timeout, timeout. 2 straight turnovers, 4 points for Florida State. It was 10 points, and we just can't, man. We just cannot. And all of a sudden, it's a game again. This game should be done and dusted, and yet we just can't. Have to keep it interesting. This Florida State team is gonna get right back in it, man. I mean, it was a foul on Florida State, but I'm not exactly sure who it was on. Now Ryan Young into the game. Now Mitchell to Roach. Young up at the top of the key. 12 seconds on the shot clock for Roach. Roach going to have to make it happen. Drives in. Doesn't get fouled. Apparently, Ryan Young with a great Great effort, and that should be out on Florida State. It'll stay with Duke. We have the under 12 whistle, but I think that the shot clock should reset. I think the shot clock should actually reset. They did not reset it, so it's at 3 seconds. Let's take a look here, though. Does Roach's shot hit the rim? Yes, it does. It absolutely does. Roach's shot hits the rim at 7 seconds on the shot clock. This should be considered an offensive rebound. And, actually, you should just reset the shot clock to 20. You got to reset the shot clock to 20. I was going to say, well, it was like 4 seconds, but you have to reset the shot clock to 20. Every time any team plays, Duke is one of the biggest moments of their lives. It is, I mean, yes, it's true, obviously. It's their Super Bowl, which is also why the Duke hangover is very real. And all the teams that beat Duke go on to then lose their next game. Like, that's a real thing. Because all you do is you get up for the Duke game, and then you just walk into the next one. You're like, well, we beat Duke or whatever. And then they just fall over and then beat that one. So, if you ever get to play a team after they've beaten Duke, you're going in with a W. You're coming out with a W on that one. As a student, we weren't around to rush. So Carson apparently was a Duke student because I know exactly what they're talking about. You never rush the court in Cameron because no win in Cameron is ever an upset. And so there's you would never rush the court. So but yeah, every team does it to us, so I know exactly what they're talking about. It's not even like an unspoken rule. It just is like a rule. No win in Cameron is ever an upset. So, but yeah, I mean, so we're sitting on a 7-point game at the moment. McCain is at a single point, unfortunately. I get the troubling piece of this, right, is we looked at halftime. It was McCain who was 44-34 at halftime. McCain had 25 points. So it was 19 points amongst the other 5 Duke players, which is pretty troubling, right? So it's just like, okay, who is going to step up and go for double figures here in the second? I mean, Roach has 7. Filipowski has 8. Mitchell has 3. He's having another one of his bad road games where he just, for whatever reason, doesn't seem to be able to play well on the road. So, there's that happening. I mean, you're going to need Filipowski to end up with 15 and Roach to end up with a similar amount if you're going to walk out of here with a W, honestly, because either that or McCain is going to start really going for another 15 points, and maybe he puts up 40 and we win that way. But unlikely. Yeah. The only game I didn't go to senior year was when Sean Dogger hit the half-court buzzer beater against Virginia Tech, and they did rush. That was the only time in 4 years, and Coach said it was okay, and he wanted to, but not again. Was it actually? I guess it's a court story. Maybe it's a very rare example, though. It never happened when I was in school. The 4 years I was in school, it never happened. And we had some good wins. But yeah, it never happened. All right, so I believe they did reset the shot clock here, as they should have. Ryan Young almost loses the ball again. I mean, just the pressure here by Florida State. It feels like we're hanging on for dear life. As Roach tries to drive in, now he's got 4 seconds, and he's going to step back and take 3, and that's no good. Blakes tries to come down with the rebound. Do we call a timeout here? We got a held ball that'll go to Florida State, actually. We get timeout or held ball? Should have called a timeout, man. Okay, so the possession arrow gives it to Florida State, so that would mean that Duke has it going. Okay, but that's, I mean, effectively a turnover, so empty on that possession. I mean, the offense is just completely stalled at the moment. So Florida State looking to chip into the 6-point lead, which is kind of where and they just throw it away. They threw it right to the bench. I mean, Florida State hasn't helped itself either. Like, we've been turning it over. They've been turning it over. The first team to stop turning it over is probably the one that's actually going to put a string of baskets together here. High screen there by Young. I just don't understand what our offensive strategy is right now. It feels like we let Jeremy Roach dribble the ball for 20 seconds and Mark Mitchell comes up short and then he goes to go again. He gets his own board. 5 points here for Mark Mitchell. So there you go. Trying to go to the rim. I mean, it's just very difficult. It's just very tough, man. There's a lot of effort to get those 2 points right there. Coming off the curl is Watkins, and he will score. So we trade the baskets there, and Watkins has 11, as we're right back down to 6. And we're going to hit the 10-minute mark here on this particular possession. McCain now playing point guard for Duke. He'll try to go off the dribble. Has to stop, and actually he'll have 3 Florida State Seminoles, and he will foul to add insult to injury there. Oof, that's his first. What are they reviewing? I don't even know what they're reviewing at the moment. They're reviewing like any extracurricular action here? I don't understand. What? There's nothing here, man. There's nothing here. There's nothing here except Duke clinging on to a 6-point lead. 55-49, actually. With 9:58 to go. This is going to come down to the and this is going to be a nail biter, folks. We just cannot like extend any sort of margin. And it is just brutal right now. It is brutal out there. Really tough. Duke, 1 of its last 8. Florida State, 3 of its last 3. So our Duke shooting has dropped from 63% down to 45. I mean, it's gotten bad here in this the second half, man. We've shot 25% from the floor here in the second half. 25%. For it was 63% in the first. I mean, we are Jesus. 5 of 20 and 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. Nothing is working here in the second half. Florida State is 6 of 12. So Duke actually getting up way more shots. Actually, now we've taking more shots than Florida State has taken. We've taken 20 shots this half. Florida State's only taken 12, and it hit a sort of an equal number. Duke with 12 turnovers, Florida State with 10. Duke actually has more points off those turnovers, though, 16-14 in that department. Ugh. And we're actually out rebounding Florida State by 11. Incredible. Incredible. But we're stuck. We are stuck. Flip isn't listed on the scoreboard. Does he have... Wait, what? Does he have the other 8? He is on the scoreboard. He's at the bottom there. Oh, wow, okay. So Derek Green gets charged with a dead ball technical, and McCain hits 2 foul shots. And now Duke still has possession. So the dead ball technical gives us possession. Wow, this is a big turnaround in the game that they just like cut back to. So it could be a 4-point possession here if Filipowski gets it to go. He doesn't. He gets his own rebound, and it just gets blocked right into his face. McCain is going to go for 3, and he's going to drill it! Let's go! 31 points for Jared McCain. How is that possible? The lowest one we can see is Mark Mitchell. That's weird. I'll have to take a look at that. And that's going to be 2 points there for Cameron Corrin. Oh, weird. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Not now. LeBron Mahomes, thank you for the sub. Thank you. Thank you for everybody hanging out here this afternoon. LeBron Mahomes, that's like such a funny combination there. Oh, offensive foul. There we go. We just hit 900. As New Killer says, thank you very much, everybody. There's the big 900. Okay, now we have another review. Speaking into your iPad doesn't work. What are we reviewing, guys? We got 8:47 to go. No, we're not reviewing anything. We're just going. All right, Duke by 9. 60-51 here. Worley drops it down below, and that's going to be a foul. Is that a foul? All right, well, at least it's not an and one. I think this is going to be on McCain. That would be his third. Gainey is 11 of 24 at the foul line, but he's going to make them both right here. Just watch. Oh, nope. Filipowski goes for a breather as Baba Miller for Florida State comes back. Miller has 4 fouls, by the way. Keep an eye on that. That's number 11 there for Florida State. And the second free throw, he hits the second one. As Gainey is 1 of 2 there. All right, so the margin is 8. The margin is 8. Roach going left, and actually not going very far. And now he goes left again as the ACC logo gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell thought about the 3. He's going to put it on the deck and drive. And he gets stripped away, but Duke retains possession. Roach with a beautiful little floater. Or actually a little rainbow shot, rather. Sorry, my apologies. It's a 10-point margin off that as Roach has 9. So now the dam has broken a little bit. The game has opened up as both teams have started to score. And Duke has gone from the 6-point lead to a 10-point lead. And actually now down to 7 as Chandler Jackson gets 3 there. Is McCain going to take 3 in transition? He won't. Duke will pull this up. And we will look for another option here. McCain still going in. McCain at the free throw line. Short, actually. Oh, boy. Here we go. Florida State in transition. Duke is back on defense. Watch Miller. Watch Miller. That should be out of bounds on Florida State, but I guess it's not. And here's another three-pointer. Oh, Duke dodges a bullet. It goes over the top of the backboard. And out of bounds there, technically, on Florida State. Okay, wow. UNC only won by 3 points at FSU. It was close against Miami, too. I don't know what would their score against Florida State was, but it was close against Miami, too. Carson, is that a cockroach? Is that a bug? I don't even know what that is. That's funny. All right. That's a Roach for Jeremy Roach. Oh my God. Usually we associate that with like negative, like a roach is a bad thing, but maybe, okay, hold on. Maybe we should you should put more than one roach. So there should be like 2 roaches if he gets a 2, or 3 roaches if he gets a 3. I thought maybe there was a UNC fan lurking in chat, and we we threw that as they're around. It is a little unfortunate to have the last name is a little unfortunate there as far as the association with the animal. Master Proctor is out. Proctor is out with a concussion. There you go, 2 roaches. There you go. Proctor can't do anything this game. He's not playing. So yeah, we're down. We're down a man, unfortunately. We've really only played 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. We've played 8 guys. Yeah. So sorry. I should probably have done this. There you go. I should probably have done that. But yeah, I mean, he like against Wake, he had 0-2. BC, he had 10. It's not bad. 9, and then he had only 2 against Carolina, so he hasn't been great. Yeah, he ended up getting apparently diagnosed with a concussion as a result of last game against Wake Forest. Yes. So. McCain really stepped up the first half. Does it seem like the defense adjusted well, or is he just not playing as well? I mean, the defense is definitely adjusted to McCain. They're not letting him like free at all. So they're like, okay, he's not going to torch us in the second half for another 25. I mean, he has 6 points in the second half. It's not bad. Got 31 for the game. He could put up another 4 points, and then you say he has 10 here in the second. In a normal game, if you had 10 in the first half and 10 in the second, you got a 20-point game, right? Like, you can't assume the guy's going to put up 25, like put up 50 for the game. That's crazy. I mean, we'd love to see it, but like, I don't know. Looks like the game coming up here is Kentucky-Auburn is going to be the next one. Auburn, actually a higher rank than Kentucky. Kentucky probably falls out of the rankings with a loss there. McCain is figuratively unconscious, not literally unconscious. He was jawing at the crowds. And Mitchell inbounding here. And gives it to Foster here. Duke maintains an 8-point lead. This is a very, very important 3-minute segment here. We are 7:08 left in the second half in the game. Very important to make it to the under 4 timeout with a sizable lead here. An 8-point lead at the under 4 timeout would be huge. So literally, if we do nothing here, but just maintain the lead, as McCain misses there with the right hand, that layup almost went. Oh, brutal. And there's the door is open for Florida State. And this is Worley looking for the pick and roll action. Oh, it was defended beautifully by Ryan Young, who deflected the alley-oop. That was 2 points for Florida State guaranteed. Ryan Young may have just made the defensive play of the game. Wow. The dude's got some ups there. Get up, man. Foster with the crossover action. Foster going to put up the shot. Oof, not really what we wanted. I don't even think it hit the rim. McCain taps it out, though, and McCain is going to go off glass as he goes baseline. Beautiful presence of mind there to not settle for the 3-point shot and drive that baseline. I didn't know Young could jump that high. Neither did I, actually, which is why we were so surprised. And here's going to be the alley-oop again, and they will get that one. So Baba Miller, and they do get that alley-oop. He was a walk-on right before. I don't know if I remember Lee And here's McCain trying to go again. He gets deflect. Oh, out of bounds, off the knee. Damn. So we come up empty on that possession. I've definitely heard the name. I think I've heard the name because I heard him, like, he probably, like, came back and they introduced him as one of the returning players in Cameron, like they do. There's always a timeout, like one of the media timeouts where they introduce all the returning players that are there for that particular home game, and I feel like Lee's name like came up like all the time. Okay, he was the slap in the court. I gotcha. So fan favorite there. So we run Florida State off the three-point line, and McCain intercepts the pass down in the paint. What a theft! Leonard Hamilton can't believe it. Leonard Hamilton puts both hands behind his head like this, and he's just like, "Wow, this dude is torching me right now." As a Duke calls a timeout. The great Duke defensive teams. Yeah, we haven't had a floor slap, honestly. It's I'm rather disappointed. Sheldon Williams and JJ Redick would combine for like 70. He came out with 2 points in the fourth quarter. Well, in the fourth quarter of the second half, and slapped the court. Too funny. So a quick timeout here by Duke as John Shire senses I think the magnitude maybe of this particular possession here. Duke up by 7, 5 minutes left in the game, need a good play, need to convert here. Just wanted to give his guys a breather as McCain is just pounding water and Gatorade. Most points in a game by a Duke freshman. He is right now threatening Zion Williamson's 35. JJ Redick and Marvin Bagley, 34 apiece. He has eclipsed RJ Barrett's 33. Wow. One more and he is going to have tie Zion Williamson. That is crazy. Sheldon is the all-time Duke great, except for the UConn game in 04. Bummer. So, 2 more points for McCain, and he will tie Zion. 3, and he will own most points for a Duke freshman on his own. Damn it, let's see. I mean, he's got 5 minutes to make it happen. McCain inbounding here. 22 seconds on the shot clock, and inbound is to Ryan Young. Filipowski still on the bench at the moment. Interesting decision after the timeout. Maybe they're waiting for the under 4 to bring him back. McCain with the point guard duties at the moment. Has a clean lane to the rim. Actually just too strong on the rebound. And the ball is deflected off of Jeremy Roach, actually. And Duke will come up with it again. We got a scrum on the ground. The possession arrow gives it to Duke. This is a jump ball, right? Yeah, this is Duke ball. Great effort here by Ryan Young and Jeremy Roach, by the way. And so Duke with a fresh shot clock, 26 seconds. We should play some clock here, guys. We should play some clock. Bring this down to like 4. We want to be 4:20 by the end of this thing. And that's deflected out of bounds by Florida State off the inbounds. And so we go again. Always smart to attack the basket and draw the foul. Like, McCain, unfortunately, has gone to the basket twice, has had 2 layups that have just been slightly too strong, right? They've, like, rimmed out on him on the front part of the rim. It's gone off the backboard and then hit off the front part of the rim. So it's just been too strong. It's happened twice now. There's this cross-court pass there to Roach. Roach is going to take a step back, and he's going to drill the three-pointer! Oh, baby! Take the spear and stab it through the heart of Florida State. That might be a dagger, actually, depending on what happens here. And McCain steals it! And he's going the other way! Oh, and he gives it up! No! Oh, it's the one bad play he's done all game. Jared! Just go to the rim. He's got too fancy. Oh, too fancy, man. McCain, another steal, but a turnover. Oh my goodness, that would have been the nail in the coffin. We would have gone up 12. There's Watkins instead that gets 2 on this end for Florida State. Oh. No, the three-pointer was Roach. Roach was the one that hit the 3. McCain's stock has skyrocketed. Yeah, it has. Roach is 2 of 4 from 3. He's the one that hit the last one. So look, we talked about this at the 7-minute mark, right? When we came back, we said, look, if we take the 8, it's a very important next 3-minute stretch. We got to take at least an 8-point lead to the under 4 timeout. That's exactly what we've done. It could have been 12. It could have been 12 there. But unfortunate. Jared McCain right now, 33 points. I want to see how many steals. 3 steals. His stat line is 33 points on 8 of 11 threes. And he's only hit 3 other 2-point shots. He's 3 of 8 in 2s. He's got 3 free throws too. He's got 3 total rebounds, an assist, and 3 steals in 35 minutes of game action. Actually, so the reason that Filipowski is still on the bench is because he has 4 fouls. I missed that piece, actually. So 4 personal fouls. And McCain actually does not have 3. He has 1. So that was my mistake. I thought some of the fouls were charged to McCain. They were actually charged to Filipowski. Wow. Yes, there's the 3 Roaches. Exactly. Love it. Remember when that Pitt player hit 7 or 8 threes? He didn't even... Yeah. Hinson. Of course we remember that. That was crazy, man. I bet Proctor's thinking, how are they winning without... No, man, he should just be happy for his team. He didn't even travel on his... He's not even on the bench. He didn't even travel. But welcome in, everybody, here. We're going down the stretch. Duke by 8 with 3 minutes and 41 seconds left. Duke will have the ball when we come back. Florida State does have the possession arrow, however. So thank you, everybody who's been hanging out with us throughout the game. It's been a good one, a back and forth one here at Florida State, and Duke really just needs to close out the game. I assume Filipowski will come back for this final 4-minute stretch, and we'll be able to... I suspect we'll be able to close this thing out. Look, it's a 3-possession game at the moment. We need a couple more. We need at least 2 more baskets here. Oh, you can see this. Yes, you should be able to see this whole scoreboard. I don't know what the problem was. I don't know what the issue was. But anyway, I appreciate everybody hanging out. We did hit the 900 sub mark today, which was great. So thank you, LeBron Mahomes, for that being number 900. Appreciate it. Every sub and like definitely helps the stream as we go towards 1,000. It's back to not being able to see below Mark Mitchell. I don't know why it does that. That's weird. It doesn't. The problem is it doesn't look that way to me. I wonder if there's something that I can't see. I'll have to look back at the... There must be something that's messing around with the stuff underneath. Something that I can't see, which is kind of weird. Anyway, I'll take a look at a timeout. 3:26 to go here. And we got 6 seconds to shoot, and here's McCain. McCain's going to put it on the deck. McCain with a floater! And that's the tie. McCain ties Zion Williamson's 35-point freshman record. Incredible. With 3 minutes left to go here in the second half. So we said we needed at least 2 more baskets, right? That's one. Let's go to Vera. What's up? And we actually have another sub. So I don't know who subbed, but it's great. So we're back to 901. Thank you very much for the anonymous sub. Let me see. We'll figure this out. As we get Baba Miller there, 7. Oh, Carson, thank you very much. Carson, thank you for the sub. And thanks for being around in chat today. All right, so Florida State connects on both of those. And those 2 for Baba Miller, and the lead is back to 8. We need another bucket right here. We need another bucket. Kill the clock and get the bucket. Oh, and Foster finds Mitchell. What a beautiful pass. Mitchell was wide open down low in the paint, man. That might be the icing on the cake. 10 points at 2:30. This is looking good right now. This is looking good. No threes. No threes. Don't let him no threes. Watkins on Filipowski. Roach tries to strip it. Can't, and actually it'll be Worley for 2, and that's 4 points for him. Oh, UNC won. All right, well, that means Duke has to win to keep pace, so it's quite important here. So we got to keep pace, man. We got to keep winning. It's gonna set, like, right now it's going to set up like that final game for the ACC, which would be crazy, right? It'd be a crazy final ACC game. In Durham, by the way, the rematch in Durham to win the ACC regular season would be nuts. Florida State calls a timeout here. Oh, you are a Robertson. Oh my goodness. I know what that is. That's... Oh my... Ah! Come on, but it's Duke first, of course. I had a friend or two that were part of that program. It's a program that you take classes at both. It's for folks from that are native or from North or South Carolina. I think it is, but yeah, involves both schools. It's a very, very unique opportunity. It's very cool. Top-ranked UConn, 42-26 over Marquette. Jesus. All right, Florida State bringing the full court press here. Foster, great ball handling from Caleb Foster today, actually. And the margin is still 8 as we tick under 2. And we got a foul here by Miller. By Bowen. Sorry, that's his first. It's the 6th team foul, actually. I'm missing a foul on Florida State somewhere. Roach inbounding here. Duke gets 20-second reset on the shot clock. Roach could have been called for an offensive foul there as he threw the arm. As we just continue to kill clock here. Yeah, it's a travel. That's a travel. Yeah. Not a great way to end that possession, but okay. At least we were able to burn well over 30 seconds of clock. So we'll take it. Yeah, 16 turnovers, man. When Duke we averaged 9.5 turnovers per game, and we've got 16 today. But again, Florida State forces on average 15 turnovers. So like something had to give, right? Duke, one of the best teams in the country in not turning the ball over. Florida State, one of the best teams in the country in forcing turnovers. Florida State got the better of it, but Duke so far, again, the better of the game. Is the three-pointer is no good. And we got to get this thing over the timeline, and we do. And here's a wide-open Foster who should just, he should have just taken it right to the rim. And he gets stripped, actually. No, it gets back to Duke, so we're able to maintain the possession. And that's going to be Florida State playing the foul game here, as they will send Roach to the free throw line. Oklahoma with the upset over BYU, number 14 BYU. We're ahead of the transition points. I mean, we can check that here in a second. So fast break points 18-12. So yeah, Duke, that's essentially the transition points. So +6 in that department there for Duke. And actually Duke with 7 steals to Florida State's 8 steals. 3 of them coming from McCain as Roach hits the front end of the 1-and-1. And now we're just playing the foul game at the moment. 2 for Watkins, 1, 2 for Bowen. And Roach only goes 1 of 2 at the line. A quick programming note, we'll be back on Wednesday for the game against Miami, as the three-pointer is no good by Florida State. Now they're just jacking up shots and giving fouls. And that'll be Miller with his 5th foul, so he will be out. Do you remember when Danny Ferry scored 58? New killer? No, I do. Unfortunately, that is well before my time. I do not. But McCain with 35 is literally a historic performance for a freshman, tying the Zion Williamson 1. It's an early game on Wednesday, by the way, against Miami. That's a 7 p.m. tip on the East Coast. You're starting a movement with the Roach emoji. We will allow it. You can. We will allow the Roach emoji here in chat in this channel. It is fair game, as he will go to the free throw line again, and he connects on the first one. But you have to have an accurate number of Roaches, given the number of points that he scores on that particular one. So, folks, thank you very much again. We had at least LeBron Mahomes and Carson subbing this afternoon. And thanks, everybody, for hanging out. He's got now Roach has 15. And, yes, this is absolutely a W, even though that'll be a foul from Mark Mitchell. So appreciate everybody hanging out. Make sure to hit the sub and the like button. Come back on Wednesday as we tee it up for the next Florida school against Miami. I have a really good thumbnail idea for that one, and I hope it pans out, because it should be pretty, I'm very excited about this. And Florida State misses the 1-and-1. And McCain actually is a turnover to Florida State, and that will roll in there as Watkins has 15, which puts him right at his average. So I thought they were going to get the foul on McCain. He would have been able to take 36 and 37 points, which would have put him all-time first. If I was Shire, I would make sure that the ball gets into McCain's hands so he can shoot free throws. But, I mean, what a performance here. 35 points. He basically has half of the team's point total, give or take. Eight three-pointers made is a Duke freshman record, and 35 is the most since Zion Williamson in January 2019. It's been 5 years. Man, it's been 5 years since the Zion era. You know what, kid? You can paint your nails any color you want, as long as you're putting up 35 points. You're putting up double-doubles in rebounding and points and just going off on these offensive explosions. Have a blast, man. Do whatever. I don't care. Mark Mitchell gets fouled, and we'll go to the free throw line here as Florida State still thinks they have some semblance of hope to be able to win the game. Been a long time since I know, that's what I just, like, been 5 years, man. Like, wow, okay. Mitchell at the front end of the 1-and-1 misses it. Actually, effectively a turnover there. Florida State sort of trying to come back from this 9-point margin. Watkins trying to make something happen and won't. And Filipowski comes down with the rebound. And I think Florida State's going to call it off. No, actually they won't. They'll continue to foul as Roach gets fouled. We will probably have McCain next year at Duke too. Could be a sophomore Jared McCain is a possibility. Yeah. I mean, we thought we were going to be killer this season though, but like hasn't quite worked out that way. Although if McCain continues to perform at this level, then it certainly could. But yeah, I mean, like, look, our two bigs were pretty bothered today against the Florida State. The guards really went off. This was a Jared McCain, Jeremy Roach show. Filipowski only had 8 points, didn't even get to his 10. Mark Mitchell had 7. Actually, kind of interesting that we win a road game with Mark Mitchell only putting up 7 points, as Roach gets both there. Jax Bowman, how many threes does McCain have? He has 8 3-pointers today. He is 8 of 10, I believe, was going to be the final tally. We can check the stats right when we get to the end there. Florida State misses point blank 3 times. A couple of those were blocked by Filipowski. And they've basically burned all the time off the clock there on that possession, as McCain now has 10 seconds on the clock. He will take it over the timeline. And yes, the 2 roaches for the two free throws. And that is going to do it. Duke is going to beat Florida State in Tallahassee here by 9 in a fantastic performance by Jared McCain. And we can take a quick look here. He is 8 of 11 is going to be the final tally from 3. It is a Duke freshman record to hit the 8 3-pointers. And Carson with the Go Duke, appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. Dang, he's like 80%. We can never win. Road games have been tough. There was a stat earlier that showed us we were basically 500 in road games under John Shire, which is true. I mean, we've been hit or miss, but road games in the ACC are tough. You're never quite sure who can knock you off, and apparently even the home games in the ACC are tough too. But yeah, Duke overall 10 of 16 from beyond the arc. The only other 3-pointers coming from Roach. He is the only other one to hit. Those are the 2. That gets you the 10. But our field goal percentage at 46. Florida State actually outshot us percentage-wise, going 28 of 57, but their 3-point percentage was pretty terrible, only 4 of 14. And actually, we had an advantage of the free throw line, making 14 of 20 of them. A lot of these came late. I mean, Roach had 6 points at the free throw line here as Florida State was fouling, trying to get back into the game. The turnovers are definitely concerning. Captain Kinnickett, we needed that road win. I mean, we need all of these road games, right? These next 2 games, including this one, is a 3-game road stint here. Florida State, Miami, Wake Forest. Like we kind of said at the beginning, we probably, the best case, obviously best case scenario is you go 3-0. Realistic case scenario is you go 2-1, but you're not really sure which one that one is going to be. I mean, in that first half, it really looked like, this Florida State game could go either way. The technical foul in the second half was a key turning point here in favor of our Blue Devils, where the Florida State was assessed a technical foul for a dead ball technical after McCain got a personal foul, and then the Florida State player threw the ball back at him. McCain hit both those free throws, and then Duke ended up getting a McCain 3 off of that possession. So it was a huge swing. We need Carolina to lose and Virginia. I mean, Carolina can keep winning as long as we keep winning. Right now, if both teams win, it's going to come down to the final game, right? Which is kind of how you want those final games to play out. That rivalry game, that last game of the season, the setup, Carolina and Duke coming in essentially win for the title for the regular season in Cameron. I like our odds, especially after the game at Carolina, which I thought we played better than expected, honestly. We've been on this little win streak ever since that loss in the Carolina game, but honestly, we played probably well enough to win. We made just a couple, Carolina had Ingram go off, kind of like McCain went off today, and that was just unfortunate. But we could have won that game too. But ever since that Carolina game, feels like we've been playing much better. The body language from the team seems much better. Filipowski seems much more engaged in the game. I mean, he only had 8 points today, but fine. It still worked out for us. Here, he ended up getting 8 rebounds too, which is the team leading 8 rebounds. Yeah, I mean, you can't, exactly as Kinnick says, we can't hope for Carolina to lose, but we do need to control our own destiny. I mean, the points off turnovers ends up being even though we had slightly more than Florida State. So yes, Florida State was able to turn us over, but we were able to turn them over too. So again, McCain with like 3 steals is pretty huge. I thought Caleb Foster also played a pretty good game in the absence of Proctor, right? No Proctor because he had the concussion. Foster comes in, gets that starting nod, only ends up with 1 turnover. Out of the 17 turnovers, only one of them was for Foster, who came in and essentially played some point guard for us. And he had 3 assists. So actually, he only had 4 points, but in relief, if he played 35 minutes, I mean, in relief of Proctor, not bad, actually. So credit goes out to Foster for being able to step up and play well today. What else? I mean, interestingly, yeah, I had to defend in the fast break points. Florida State got us in the paint. Our bigs didn't have the best game. 9 blocks is also a huge one. Probably another reason that the margin was kind of where it was. But yeah, I mean, 10 assists on 26. It was really hard. Florida State made it really hard on us. Our guys played really well. Great road win. McCain definitely takes player of the game. You don't even need to vote on it. But yeah, definitely appreciate everybody hanging out today. Look, if you're new in here, I appreciate you checking us out. I appreciate you hanging around in chat. And please consider giving us a sub. We're on our way to 1,000 is our goal by the end of the season, and we'd love to see it. So thank you very much for the support, everybody. The W's in the chat, the Roaches in the chat. You guys have been awesome today. I will see you all again on Wednesday for the game against Miami. Be here back at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. Looking forward to it. Until then, everybody have a great rest of your Saturday. Have a great Sunday. First Sunday with no football for a long time. And we will see all each other on Wednesday. Until then, go Duke. See ya.